My name is JT, and this is a story about how I built my homestead. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of JT Time. JT here. The reason why you're looking at kind of a different environment in general is because today I'm going to be working on the garden. It's almost the end of March, and it would be really nice to get a trellis up so that I could plant some of my seedlings that I've been working on. You know, with everything going on around the world right now with COVID-19, it'd be nice to have a self-reliance on our produce that we eat at home. So we have all this land here that we can use. I'm not going to build out the garden because I just don't have time for that, but at least I can build out the trellis, and I'll kind of show you guys what it's going to look like as I progress through it. But I'm using the wood that's already here at the house. I'm not buying anything, and I'm hoping to plant next to the garlic. So hopefully, never done this before, so I don't know if it's gonna hurt the garlic at all, but most of the garlic I stuck really deep in this bed, and most of the stuff I'm planting is pretty shallow rooted. So I'm hoping that the roots above don't affect the garlic below, but you know, I live and I learn, so we'll see how this goes, and if you guys think I'm doing this the wrong way, then you know, I'll find out at the end of the year, whenever, or at the end of the season of harvesting, when I see the effects of what I've done here. So we'll see how it goes, and let me go ahead and get started on cutting some of this wood, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Alright guys, so what I had lying around were 2x8s. You don't have to use 2x8s, but that's what I had lying around the house as additional lumber that I just had from the framing point of the house that we didn't use. But pretty much what I did was, there's 3 pieces here. So these I just cut down to the kind of the length of my raised bed over there. Here, I'll show you. So it's pretty much the length of this side right here. I forget how long I ended up making that, but for these, there's multiple ways that you could probably connect these together, but essentially if you imagine, what I'm actually building is I'm building up 2 sides, and then I'm gonna have like a section that's kind of free spanning, and once I build it all together, it'll make a little bit more sense. But what I'm doing right now is I'm figuring out a way to tie these together. So these will be what hold these long beams up, and normally if you just tie them straight into this side, you end up giving like a pin. It's, in engineering terms, it's called like a pin connection, which allows it to flex and bend really easily. So to keep from having to do that, I'm going to cut off half of this width right here with my saw, and that's going to allow me to have kind of a surface to stick this on and kind of screw them into place, essentially, which is going to be a lot, not a lot, but a little bit more sturdy than if I had did it a different way. So what I'm doing here is, this is about 7 1/4. So I'm going to take 7 1/4 here on this. 7 1/4, and I'm lining them all up so I can just run lines and cut away 7 1/4 pretty much on this. And we're gonna put a line down like that. 7 1/4. These obviously are not very straight, so, but I'm not building furniture, so it's okay if it's off a little bit. Alright, so I have my line. So I'm just gonna cut away half of this thickness, and then I'm going to chisel it out of place. So let's get to doing that. So that's really loud. I'm going to get my earplugs. Much better. Alright, so continuing on with what I'm doing. Put this down. Make it a little bit more stable. probably be good to clamp all these together, but I don't have a clamp, so it is what it is. Let's get this cable out of the way. That's pretty good. Alright. Let's actually roll down the side some. Should I do that? No, I'm not gonna do that. I'll cut some of these. No, let's see if it breaks off a little bit easy. Let me go get the hammer real quick. I'll be back. Alright. Awesome. That works really well, actually. A lot better than I thought it would. Yeah. So now we're just putting these off, pretty much. I got my chisel to clean everything up afterwards, but the hammer will take most of this stuff off. Chisel all this out now. Just kidding. Alright. So I'm really trying to do right now is I'm just trying to clean it up a little bit so that it's a flatter surface. So I'm just going to glue these beams together and then screw them together so that it's one piece pretty much. Again, I'm not trying to make furniture, so it's not looking for perfection. Just getting close to what I'm looking for. Have a smooth surface. This part is going to lay flat on this guy right here. So I need to cut this guy halfway and then they'll kind of overlap each other and I can glue this onto there and screw some bolts in and we'll be done. So let's go ahead and cut. I'm going to stack this up right here. And then this, the thickness of this is just the thickness of that board, so those boards are pretty much, those boards are actually half of this kind of split down the line, so I just ripped it down the line and converted it into two. That way I have four legs because it was these are 2x8 by 16 I think, so I just cut them into two 8-foot long sections and then split them in half. I think that's pretty economical, to be honest. I don't recall how much the 2x8s were, but I think if you got 2x4s you may be a little bit cheaper, you may be a little bit more expensive, but I don't know. So all right, let's see, I'm trying to remember what this was again. 3 5/8. That's my measurement that I'm looking for. Alright. Let's chisel this away. So you guys pretty much know the process. Let me go ahead and finish this up and then I'll see you guys in a little bit. Alright, so we're done taking care of that portion of it. Now we're just gonna fit everything up pretty much. So this is my wood glue to kind of add some additional strength to this building, or whatever we're building, the trellis, garden trellis. So I'll just speed through this video and you guys can see how I'm doing it. But essentially I'm using wood glue and I'm going to use 6 nails probably, and I'm using screws, not nails, because the screws will hold on a little bit better. But essentially, this what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to pretty much have these hold on as well as they can, because this is going to be outside for a good long while. So let's go ahead and do it. I'm trying not to keep them in line with one another, because then that'll actually split the wood completely, and I don't want to do that. So I just want them tied in really well. Alright guys, so not very many updates today since I kind of got rained out. So I did get the kind of trellis up, and I'll show you what I did. Sorry, I didn't really show you all the process, but pretty much what I did was I screwed all those on. Probably getting raindrops on this camera already, but screwed all those up, pretty much leveled this out. This post is actually higher than this post, so that kind of drapes down. That was totally on accident. It wasn't on purpose. And I pretty much just dug holes and just put the post like a foot into the ground so that they could hold themselves up. It is bolted at the very bottom, or screwed on at the very bottom of this little raised bed right here, so it does get pretty much a little bit of stability from that. But I still have to put some angles on this to make it even more sturdy, and then I need to decorate it so that it looks prettier. But the essence or skeleton of it is here. It's gonna look better when I actually go and clean it up and, you know, put some decorative stuff on it so that it looks nice, and it looks like it's actually not just a structure that's sitting there. So that's it for me today. I probably have stuff on the camera, so I probably should head out. But thanks again for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. And JT here. I'll see you guys real soon here on JT Time.